Good morning, gamers. Welcome back. I am the AMDM lead. This is my cup of coffee, and you're watching Behind the Screen. Okay. Raphael gave me another great question, which I'm going to kind of answer. Well, he gave me an idea that I'm going to turn it into a question, and I'm going to put it right here, because that's what I do. All right. So, he was talking about him getting himself as a new group together, which, awesome job. And you mentioned Pathfinder versus D&D 5e, and with your new players. Now, the difference between Pathfinder and D&D, well, let's go back to 3rd edition. With the open game license that D&D came out with, which was a brilliant idea. It revitalized the gaming community, to be honest with you. Tabletop games saw a renaissance of gaming at that point in time. There were so many new settings and classes and subclasses and just things that just popped up at that time. It was beautiful. You had your D&D Modern, you had some great companies started in this OGL, and as just things, and then just exploded into other companies. One of these companies was Pathfinder, was Pazio or Pazio, whatever. So they built their own little setting and built off of that, and just kept adding on. And then when 4th edition came out, they continued running off of the open game license of 3rd edition and just added more and more and more and became really its own system. But in essence, it is very much 3.5. Now, it's an awesome, do not get me wrong, I am a fan of all role-playing games. I do not care how complex, how convoluted, how strange, I'm a fan of role-playing games. I do not own any Pathfinder books. I prefer for my fantasy settings, I go with D&D. That's how I roll my dice. That's how I roll. So, now for new players, Pathfinder, don't get me wrong, Pathfinder is a great system, but it suffers from the same thing that I think most of 3.5 suffers. It's a number cruncher. And for new players, that can be fucking excuse my language, fucking frightening as hell. That's one thing I like about D&D. D&D you're able to bring new players to the table easier with 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons than you can with something like Pathfinder. Now, if you're a number cruncher and you like those types of games, get into Pathfinder. Play Pathfinder. It is a fun. There are so many options for Pathfinder. It is amazing. Now, and Raphael, you specifically, if you like Pathfinder and you want to get into a more modern-esque setting, I want you to check out, do some research on Rifts by Palladium Games. Now, you want number crunching. You like the numbers? That'll give it to you. Oh, yeah. There'll be all kinds of percentiles and all kinds of goodies in there that you might like. If I have a number crunching game, if I'm in a number crunching mood, I'm going to Palladium Fantasy, or I'm going to Palladium Rifts, the Palladium Multiverse. That's my number crunching go-to. But the differences between 5th edition, it's ease of mechanics. I mean, 5th edition is more open to interpretation, which can cause problems from table to table and all this stuff. But that's where I think it goes back to more of the spirit of the Gygax had in mind, was the DM controls that world. That is his world. That is his thing. So the rules will follow his world's setting, basically. So, you know, if I say, we do it this way at this table, my interpretation of the rule is this, and somebody else's table's interpretation, that we're both right, because this is D&D, and we all love this game. And I don't care if you play Pathfinder. Good, I mean, have fun. It's personally not my system. I moved away from my number crunching era. I'm no longer the min-maxer, have to get the perfect optimized, perfect little twitch of thing. Believe me, there was a point where I was that. And I loved it. I loved the power. But I don't do that anymore. I roleplay more now. Now my roleplaying, my tabletop RPGing is more story-driven. I like to tell the good story. Than it is the action. I'm not so much in the action. I'm more now into the drama. So that's just the way I play now. So yeah, either one of them are great. They're great systems. So Raphael, you'll love either system that you play. D&D is going to be easier for new players to get into. And to tell you, I've done some more into the D&D Beyond. I went through and I've gotten the purchase of it and the access. I've done some more research on it before I did that. Yeah, you know my research before a video is very, very little. But after the video, I sat down and I really went into it. And the D&D Beyond, it was, I saw that for me, it was worth it enough. I did rebuy all the books, but if you do not have the books, and I know you're running it, go ahead and get the D&D Beyond. It is, there's a good amount of worth it to it. The content's useful. I'm falling onto the D&D Beyond bandwagon. Less books I have to carry around. No, I still carry them around because I love my books. So, that's all I got for now. If you... Alright. Again, Pathfinder, D&D, I love them both. They're both great systems. More numbers in Pathfinder, so it can be more daunting for a newer player. D&D 5e, less number crunching, less daunting for a new player. Both of them are still going to require somebody to learn some math. So, that's all I got for now, guys. If you like these videos, please click on the like button. If you think someone else would like them, please click on the share button. Every like's an inspiration, every share is an advantage, and every subscription is an experience point. Help me reach 300 experience points. That means 300 subscriptions. So I can make it to second level. I do have something planned. I came up with it the other day, and it involves a shit ton of miniatures. But it's going to take some subscriptions. So that's all I got for now, guys. I want to go. I'm going to a rent test today. Rain or shine, I'm going to the festival as soon as I get done with this video. So that's it, guys. What else is to do? Sing some songs from Scanlan and go roll some dice.